house for the frat.
It's a beautiful evening for baseball here at Jack McCarthy Stadium in West Warwick, and we welcome you in as the West Warwick Wizards and the Crusaders from the Prout School are about to do some baseball battle. With Mike Dennis alongside, I'm John Parenti, and for the Wizards, it's let's get in a good mood and a good frame of mind before we hit the Division II playoffs. Big game for West Warwick, Mike.
Yeah, and kind of the thing that's about that playoff matchup is if they go into the second round and don't go to Rick, they're not going home as of right now since they're the third seed. That loss to Pilgrim dropped them down to 3, and North Providence takes over.
And regardless of what happens in this game, what happens between Charahoe and East Greenwich and the North Providence game today, there's no guarantee the Wizards could finish anywhere between 3rd and 6th, actually 2nd and 6th, because there is a way for them to slide into the number 2 hole if North Providence should lose and should West Warwick be Prout today. The RPI makes it a very strange and difficult thing to discern. But bottom line is they can be anywhere from 2 to 6 depending on the outcome of this game and others.
And that's kind of important. I think that Grenier he was stern, had a stern tone with his team after the loss against Pilgrim, and kind of is like, we need to have a great game here to close out the season, especially senior night. This is a happy game to graduate your 4 seniors.
And it is indeed senior day, senior night, senior evening, and Rich will be down in the field, make some presentations and such. Are we going to be able to pick that up, Eric? Or?
We can.
Hello, by the way, Eric
hello.
White.
we can pick up the audio. We don't have audio, but we can get cameras on it. So we'll do that.
So I guess we'll do play-by-play of that as well.
Get over on the Wizards.
By the way, as transparent as I want to be, on Thursday night we are planning to do the volleyball match against Tollgate.
Yes.
I am also going to be giving out the class of '73 scholarships at the other event. Are you recording that one as well?
Yeah. Oh, which one?
The ceremony, the scholarship presentations on Thursday night.
Yeah. Is it before the game?
Yeah. No, the game is first. The game is at 5.
Yeah.
Scholarships start at 6:30.
Let's see. We'll talk about it off the air.
So once again,
Is
in
it
the air,
right after the game?
with all the transparency that one could muster, here we are trying to figure out what we're going to be doing on Thursday. But we're ready for this one.
So, John, I just looked, and Smithfield beat North Providence.
Okay, so the door is open to be the two spot.
Wide open. It's as open as it can be.
So Jordan's got a shot of all the
Now,
seniors right here.
I believe East Greenwich and Charahoe were starting at 4:30.
Mm-hmm. Try to go look at that game.
So you have all the answers for us before we even start this one. We'll put you down to the dugout and let you tell one of the assistants what's going on, so that way nobody bothers Richard, who is in Richard mode right now.
East Greenwich is 0-0 through the first half of the first. So
they just started. That's probably a 5 o'clock start, or Charo just to get there in time.
And I'm going to make sure I follow the team so I can see.
Those are the 4 seniors that West Warwick will honor.
And 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken, are going on to play some kind of collegiate sport. Luke Gallo is going to Springfield to play football, and our very own Anthony Burt, who signed back in November, is going to St. John's University in New York.
They will be playing some Big East baseball, which is going to mean he's going to have to get stronger and faster. And I mean, we know Anthony can throw 92, but nowadays college baseball players are throwing 96, 97. They're sick. But it'll be a great challenge, and he's a great kid, one who can meet the obligations that he faces.
And And John, just north of us, there was a kid who threw a 20 strikeout no-hitter at Bishop Fian.
Yeah.
Brody Baluma.
Yep.
6'9". He won himself a little state championship in basketball where he averaged 40 and 20 in the playoffs. Kid's an absolute beast, and MLB has him in the top 15 in the draft coming up.
Which means for him it's going to be a big decision. Do I sign or do I go back to school?
Right now he's verbally committed to Texas, so went there.
A lot can happen between now and then. Once the draft takes place the first week of June, all bets are off. And if he's a top 10, top 15 draft pick, that guarantee is going to be in 7 figures amounts. So, and a lot of things they do now, Mike, is I can tell you this from my experience with Brian D'Amato, who was a draftee by the San Diego Padres after being an All-Stater at Pilgrim. They being the team that drafts you, will actually help you postpone your college education. They will pay for your college education down the line after your professional career is done. So it's not that they're looking to gobble up your arm, but I think the premise is you want the pro team to be the one that takes care of your arm, not necessarily the college team. So that happened to John Lombardi, who got drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, and by Manny De Silva, who got drafted and then decided to go to North Carolina after it didn't work out for him. He took a couple of years off, went to college after that. That was a retired Bristol police officer, a great, great kid. Saw him on a plane on the way down from Orlando one day. We just reconnected, and we've been talking ever since. Now an assistant coach at Salvo Regina University. So that's another story for you from the Parenti Book of Stories.
There's also, if I'm not mistaken, in the 22 or 23 draft class that Hendricken had a first-round draft pick, if I'm not mistaken, that came out of Hendricken and went right to the league. And I don't think he pitched against us when they gave us that butt whooping a couple years ago.
In 22-23?
I think so. If I'm not mistaken, that's who it was. I'd have to look.
That's a Burt right now.
I know it's in the 2020s.
Rich Grenier making the presentation to Anthony Burt. So it's Burt, Kilduff, Joey Riviera, and Luke Gallo, I believe, at the 4, correct?
Yep.
And, of course, always a Kodak moment. Everybody say cheese. And if there's somebody that can throw cheese, it's Anthony Burt.
Yeah.
No pun intended. But it came out pretty good.
Yeah.
And Mr. Grenier is kind of frustrated this year that he wasn't able to pitch him as much as he did last year. Last year he pitched almost 51 innings.
Yep. I think it was 17 this year so far.
Yeah. So this is a career low in every single statistical category for him between now and freshman year. He pitched almost 20 in freshman year, pitched a ton his sophomore year in that playoff run, and then the junior year.
I have updated statistics here, and see me go through my my litany of information here. Meanwhile, if you're wondering where Johnny Boots is, as we were for a while, he ended up going to help Charlie Quirk over at the Cranston East, Cranston West game at Cranston Stadium, which is going to be a good one. Cranston East 10-10, Cranston West 9-10. And there's going to be a war for city bragging rights. Here comes Luke Gallo with Father John with the unmistakable white beard.
And Luke Gallo is D2 lineman of the year this year for football. And he's had an okay career for Wizards varsity baseball.
Heading to Springfield College. So Richard has put the voice on hold, put the chair back where it belongs, on the foot of the third base dugout. And he will now go over with the ground rules. And what do you have, one umpire today? It was funny. I was asked on Saturday how many times we have seen one umpire at high school baseball games this year. This is actually the first that I remember. But apparently they only have 40 guys to go around, and of course, depending upon their availability and stuff, it makes a difference. So here we are with one, and that's not an easy thing to do at all. Eric, thank you for the use of your phone.
And I'd like to just rephrase what I said earlier. So 23, Alex Klemny. He's playing for the Nationals.
The lefty out of Middletown.
Yes. They have...
well, he's in the organization. I don't think he's been brought up.
No. This year, he was minor league player of the year for Baseball America, National. Or 25 he was.
How would you like to be the coach of Middletown High School knowing there's somebody who grows up in your neighborhood and would rather go to Hedrigan, where it's probably a 45-minute drive every single day, day after day after day for 4 years? You got to be kind of gnawing at your fingernails on that one.
And if Mike Green was here, he would disagree with you, and he'd say, that's a great
idea. Of course he would. You're absolutely right.
He's allowed to be wrong.
He's as pro-private gets.
The Crusaders are coached by Curtis Ritchell. His assistant is Nick Candelaria.
Okay, I'm on the...
And there was a time when the Crusaders were among the best teams in Division II when they were coached by the former URI shortstop Mike LaBarbera, who was an outstanding young man, one of the classiest kids that I've met in my several years of hanging around high school baseball and stuff. But Curtis right now has his Chargers out to a record of 2-14.
And is having a pretty rough time this year.
Well, the reason is, and he'll build the programs back up, believe me, because they are so young. I mean, you take a look at his roster, he's got like 7 freshmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 freshmen. 3 juniors.
6 seniors, I think.
2 juniors. And 1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
5, 6 seniors. One of them who is ununiformed, which means he doesn't play very often.
And just to update the crowd, West Warwick has slid back into the 2 seed in Division 2.
By virtue of the North Providence loss.
Yep. So now Matt Granier's got a little bit of stress off his shoulders, and he can go ahead and walk into the the tournament and have 2 guaranteed home games before having to head to Rick. Now, do you think it's possible for them to take the 1, or is it just too far gone?
I believe it's too far gone because the loss to Pilgrim really did damage.
So
East Greenwich could afford to lose today's game and still be able to go through my notes here. They would still be 14-3-1. The West Warwick Wizards could be no better than 14-4. So I guess there's a possibility, depending upon RPI, West Warwick's win over Moses Brown means a little bit. But I would say it's more improbable that they'll be the 2 seed.
Yeah, their RPI, East Greenwich is a 4.604, and we are 4.027, and North Province is 4.10.
All right, Matt Grenier has returned to the third base dugout.
Do you think they know that they lost, or should I go tell them?
No, I wouldn't tell them anything right about now.
So now
They're focused. Rich will tell you. I'm not telling any stories out of school here, but Rich will tell you that their focus needs to be on what's between the lines right here, right now, and not what happened in Charahoe or East Greenwich or North Providence or Pango or wherever. Now, I thought we were going to have somebody sing the national anthem prior to the game, but it kind of doesn't look that way.
Jimmy Alves said that because the flagpole was broken, right? That they're not going to have Ava Fernandez sing it, who's been doing a bunch of games this year.
Yep. Did a nice job in basketball season. That's kind of too bad. So we're just waiting for West Warwick to take the field. So come on, West Warwick, take the field.
Mason Hunt, Nick Anderchow coming back, and here we go. Defense runs out.
Do our 1, 2, 3 Wizards thing, and we'll be on our way.
Mason Hunt.
Well, he's really had a very good year.
Oh, yeah.
And in a lot of ways, he's carried a bit of the load of Anthony Burt. And along with that, so Mike Semetta, the same thing. I mean, I don't know if Rich was counting on Mike Semetta to give the quality that he did. But, boy, that kid has really showed up and pitched very, very well. We'll get to Hunt's stats in a moment or two. As the Wizards are about to take the field now, Rich is going to walk back out and maybe try to find another umpire.
Yeah, so now West Warwick's going to be the top seed in Pod 2, and they'll play their first game on the 26th. And the play-in games, so to say, play on the 22nd, where now I'm pretty sure we would play the winner of what?
The 3-6.
No, 7-10, right?
2, 7.
Because 5 and 12, I don't know.
5 plays 12. Well, are they 12 teams? What does the grid tell you? Let me just lean over here.
Or is
Okay,
it
so
like
the top 4 get buys.
okay?
The number 1 will get the 9-8. The number 2 will get the 7-10. So pot against the St. Rays. Well, thankfully, the Wizards have taken the field, and here's the way West Warwick stacks up for you defensively. Logan Fernandez is at first base. Jonathan Brown is at second. Jair Blanco is at shortstop, and Cole Kilduff is at third. Adrian Cruz, the kid, gets a start in left field. Joey Riviera is in center. Luke Gallo is in right. And it's, of course, Nick Anderchow accepting the offerings of Mason Hunt.
Nick Anderchow is having a great year. You want to fill us in on how that's going?
Oh, I'll do that when he gets to the plate. It's all scripted, Mike. It's all scripted. It's mine.
So, do you think that he has this, a chance to be an all-stater?
Yes, he does. Absolutely, positively.
Between him and
I have not seen a better catcher in the state of Rhode Island than Nick Anderchow, both offensively and defensively.
would you say that Brady Collins, who won Gatorade Player of the Year last year, is kind of having a slump year at LaSalle?
I don't think he's having a slump year, but he's not having the kind of year that Nick Anderchow was having. Interesting, Nick. I think the world of the kid. The kid is an absolute stud behind the plate. And basically he's called every pitch of every game, including the game in which he pitched, and we'll get to that in a minute too, because he's got a record now as a pitcher. And Rich Grenier is using him, experimenting with Chow, and nobody handles his pitchers like Nick Anderchow does. Hunt comes in 5-0 with an ERA of 1.99. This is his 7th appearance, his 6th start. He's allowed 11 runs all season long. 7 of them have been earned. He has struck out 27, walked but 8. And opponents are batting 188 against Mason Hunt.
And they're batting against a team of 178 too on the season.
I've got him at 190.
190. I see 178. Is that? Are you looking at league or overall?
I'm looking at overall. But hey,
And Nick's caught 100 and something strikeouts because they've split a couple innings between him and Lucas, I want to say, is the backup catcher.
Cam Randall leads it off and swings at the first offer from Mason Hunt. And we have this new funkified pocket radar that hopefully will be picking up speed and stuff. Breaking ball over the outside portion of the plate makes it 0-2. It's Randall, Dylan Couto, and Seth Edwards, the 3 hitters in the Prout lineup, and the 0-2 offer is cuffed on and fouled off. But right there at third base is Cole Kilduff, who will make the catch for the first out. Regardless of whether you say 190 or 178, Prout is not hitting the ball very well. Here's Dean Kuto.
What's that?
Do you know what their team batting average is off the top of your head?
Yeah, 190.
190.
What were you talking about? What were you talking about?
Their team batting average. Not so
West Warwick's?
No, so West Warwick's, their pitching staff is a total what they're batting against, which is a 178.
Yeah, 178.
I was going to say that there's no way that there's how many wins they have, and they have a 178 team batting average.
Well, their team batting average is 190. Here's the pitch to Kuto. Outside corner. Oh, he's painting black. 2 balls and a strike to Kuto.
All right, you tighten it.
This one's fouled back.
No, in the stands, I saw a couple alumni, Dom Carollo and Ian Peacock. I haven't seen Josh Pettis, though. I thought he was going to show up.
I haven't seen Josh Pettis since he enrolled in college.
He was here at a game last year. He was also at a basketball game this year as well. He was at that Westerly game. I think he was there for a couple of minutes. He said hi to, I want to say, Caden Lapierre's mom, and then left.
So Kuto is called on strikes, and it'll set up Seth Edwards to the plate. There's ball 1 from Hunt.
It's still too low.
I think we've seen his last 3 starts in the games that we've done. The 1-0.
And for our West Warwick fans at home, Kent County's down 1-0 against Burrillville, at Burrillville.
The softball team, for those who don't realize who Mike is talking about.
Yeah, that's one thing I got to work on, is just seeing what sport I'm talking about. It's the top of the 4th.
The 1-2 pitch is on its way after the cutting miss by Edwards. Dylan Delgado, the catcher, is next. Jonathan Kent, Cooper LeBranch will be pitching. Max Richmond, Colin Conner, Lucas Sheehan round out the 9 batters for the Crusaders from South County. Full countdown coming. Fastball chopped toward first base. Logan Fernandez playing a tricky win. Unable to corral it and save at first base is Edwards. Error charged to Fernandez. West Warwick made 5 errors. That didn't help against Pilgrim. You know, it's one thing that Rich was very adamant about when he and I chatted a little bit. Here's Dylan Delgado. On the look, strike 1 in the outside corner.
And when he came up to bat, he drew a M in the sand. No idea what it signifies, but we'll never know.
0-2 coming.
So, John, I got to know, after a lot of years of broadcasting this booth, have you ever had a baseball come close to you?
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely. Not only up here, but in the dugout.
It's fine.
That one's way outside. It's 1-2. Mr.
Sure.
Edwards is not getting very much over there at first base. Not even challenging Hunt to make a move toward him. That's maybe a step and a quarter over there with Fernandez on the cover. Here's the 1-2. Struck well to center field. Rivera's on his horse moving toward the gap. He'll make the catch. And that'll do it for the Crusaders in the first inning. No runs, no hits. 1 was an error. 1 runner left on base. To the bottom of the first we go. Prout nothing. West Warwick coming to bat. Back at the back, here's the way that the Pro Crusaders will line up defensively. Seth Edwards is at first. Liam Sprague is the second baseman. Jonathan Kent, the shortstop, and at third it's Lucas Sheehan. Max Richmond mans left field. Cam Randall is in center. Dylan Couto is in right. And it's Dylan Delgado, accepting the offerings of Cooper LeBranch, a freshman left-hander. LeBranch 0-3 on the year. His ERA is 7.00. It's his fifth appearance. Opponents are hitting .311 on the lefty. And for those of you who love numbers, West Warwick as a team is hitting .308. For the Wizards, Joey Rivera will lead off. He's playing center field, of course. DH today is Anthony Burt, who bats in the 2 spot. The third hitter is Nick Andrew Chow, the erstwhile Wizard catcher. Mason Hunt will do some offense. Bat in the 4-hole. Logan Fernandez bats 5th, followed by Cole Kilduff, Jair Blanco, Luke Gallo, and Charlie Brown. LeBranch looks and throws. Ball 1 in the left-handed batter's box. Joey Rivera hitting .303, 20 hits and 66 at bats, 12 RBIs, took ball 2.
A little update on Kent County softball. They're going into the bottom of the 4th. They had an opportunity to get 2 runs up on the board, but they got 2 strikeouts with 2 runners on 2nd and 3rd. It's looking kind of tough as they try to close out with the last 2 games of the season.
And the 3-0. Toward the gap in left field. This is going to bounce to the left center. And Joey Rivera leads off with a base hit. The Wizards are underway here and there after the first inning.
He bats lefty. That's interesting. Is he a switch or is he just straight lefty?
Who, Anthony?
Yes.
Straight lefty. I don't think I've seen him bat right. My question is, how often has he seen a left-hander this year? Bird at 435. That one skirts through the hole of Delgado. And it'll be a pass ball. For those of you who may be seeing the Wizards for the first time, this team loves to run. And what, 9 stolen bases against Barville? Like 8 against Pontigansett. It's an 0-1 coming to Anthony Burt. And an opportunity for his 7th RBI of the year.
Similarly speaking, Richard Grenier loves to run them. So you run them, they run hard.
2-0. Where's that breeze coming from? Not that I don't like it, I love it. Just blowing all my papers around. 2-0. Pull side.
Tony
Ideal pitch
Corrado's
for lefty to hit.
Mr. Corrado to our left wonders if we should shut the door. What do you think?
I don't have a problem with that.
He also informed me that Ant was a right-hand batter and then he switched because he hurt his shoulder.
Ball 3 misses high. You talking this year, Eric?
What?
This year?
What?
Who told you it was? Oh, last year. All right. So a 3-1 coming, and Burt picks up the pencil and paper and draws a walk. Two on, nobody out. And Mr. Andrew steps in. Nick hitting .527, which is second in the entire state of Rhode Island, trailing only Cam Carlisle of Middletown, who's hitting .556. More gaudy stats in a moment. LeBranch's first pitch to Chow is a called strike, a floater. Didn't even register in our little pocket radar here. Andrew Chow also tied for second in home runs. We've seen the leader, Edelman Santana. He's a double steal attempt, and this will go unchallenged, and the runners will advance to second and third. So along with being second in batting average and tied for second in home runs, he's also second in RBI. And if he picks up these two ducks on the pond, he'll stay in second, but only by one. A ground ball to shortstop. It's going to be picked up by Kent and fired to first for the out.
There's one RBI for Nick.
Yep. Riviera scores to make it 1-0. Byrne advances to third. RBI number 27 for Andrew Chow.
Santana also has a good opportunity to stay in the first because he's still he has a game to play today. Their senior night.
Johnny Boots is over there. Yeah, he is a specimen. First pitch fouled off by Hunt. Eli and Santana may be the best pound-for-pound player in the state of Rhode Island. He's just huge, cut, powerful, built. That would just miss the outside corner. It's 1-1. A little bit of an attitude there for LaBridge, I think. He just kind of stared down the umpires and said, "You're kidding me, right? I need every pitch I can get." Curveball pops straight up. Delgado coming on back for it, and he will not make the catch.
Got a little bit of a safety net above our heads over here.
Yeah, we're cool. This one is flying to left field where Richmond will make the catch. No advance by the runner at third, Burt.
2 outs.
Well, West Warwick squanders an opportunity there to make it 2-zip. And they'll leave it on the shoulders of Logan Fernandez. Logan at 219, 7 for 32. He has 9 RBIs. This one just fouled off. Mr. LaBranch is using a lot of funny stuff.
Gotta think for the coach at Prout, this is a game for a freshman to kind of, show what he's got for the program, the next 4 years he plays.
These kids are really going to get better.
There's a lot of really good young teams in the league right now, dominating multiple different sports.
Well struck right field. Going back is Kuto. This is going to be for extra bases. Fernandez will come through with a double. The Wizards will lead 2-0. A good bid by the Prout right fielder, but Burt scores. So regardless of the fact that he did not score on the Hunt fly ball, he scores on Fernandez's well-struck ball. And West Warwick has a 2-0 lead and another runner in scoring position for Colt Kilduff.
In my opinion, I think the best young team, at least for spring sports, is Lincoln softball. They've got a lot of youth and a lot of years left to try to show it, and a very good chance this year to try to advance and win a state championship. What do you think, John?
Cranston West is loaded with freshmen. First pitch popped up in the infield, and it will be the second baseman, Sprague, who comes in to make the catch to end the inning. Out goes Kilduff, down go the Wizards. But they pick up 2 runs on 2 hits. They strand a runner at second after 1. Wizards 2, Prout 0. Back with more from McCarthy Stadium in just a moment. Top of the second begins with a line single over the head of the pitcher, Hunt, by Jonathan Kent. And the Prout Crusaders have their second base runner of the game, trailing in this one 2-0. Welcome back to Jack McCarthy Stadium. Mike Dennis alongside. I'm John Parenti, and we're just having a good old time. Eric White and the gang from WWHS-TV is here. It's a party without the cake.
There's some dirty soda behind us if you want one.
You gotta tell me what that is. I saw the Andrew Charles snap throw nearly had the runner. Unless you are absolutely sure you're not going to make that call with a one umpire crew. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of undue pressure on that as well. Squared to bunt, took a strike. Elsewhere in the Interscholastic League today, Burville is at Middletown, Situate is at Tiverton. The Paul Cuffey St. Pat's Co-op is at the Blackstone Valley Prep Central Falls Co-op. More in a moment, but here comes an 0-2. Off the fists. Fernandez got bumped by the runner. Interference is called. That's the proper call. The ball is immediately dead. Fernandez got bumped. So they're going to advance the runner, I believe.
Looks like he's staying put. No? Are they calling both of them out? So they're going to keep him at...
They're going to keep him at first.
Okay.
So there's no advance. That is the right call. Hunt drops back. That's outside. Charahoe and East Greenwich, as I mentioned, are playing. We'll try to get an update on that one. Smithfield and North Providence had an early start as well. Mike already updated you on that one. Late swing, lashed foul, left field side. Davies and Hope are playing today. Rogers is out against it. Portsmouth is at North Kingstown. Juanita Sanchez with North Smithfield up north. Lincoln and Barrington. An interesting game to watch. Did you give me that one yet? Lincoln Barrington?
Lincoln Barrington.
Lions 12-6. The Eagles 11-6. Central is at Johnston. LaSalle is on East Providence. That's a great game. Providence Country Day at Exeter West Greenwich, and there are a few more to boot. What's up high? Looks like everybody's playing except Coventry and Hedricken. Tollgate's in Narragansett, Westerly's in South Kingstown, the Pawtucket Cobb is at Classical. Woonsocket has just won its 19th of an undefeated season. They beat Mount Pleasant this afternoon. Burville's at Middletown, and it's East and West in Cranston.
You wanted Barrington Lincoln?
Yeah.
And Lincoln's up 7-1 and ended the game.
One and one here to Max Richmond. With the runner at first and one down. Mason Hunt to the belt. The pitch. That one's a late swing, too, to the Wizard dugout. Two balls, two strikes with an out. To the left fielder. Oh, a great stop by Hunt in the double play to end the inning. Line drive taken by the Wizard pitcher over to Fernandez for the third and final out. In the second, no runs, one hit, one interference call and a double play. Through 1.5, Wizards 2, the Crusaders nothing. Back at the back, bottom of the second, Blanco, Gallo, Brown for the Wizards.
Just to update John, DeRozers walked 5, struck out 7, had 7 hits, and Clavaro for LaSalle had 7 strikeouts and 3 walks, 5 hits and 3 runs, 4.
East Providence.
Yep.
Another breaking ball falls outside.
The biggest game, so to speak, that Eric Rube said this spring season, which is debatable, is he's at
Fly ball right center. And it's a tweener. Good for 2 bases. A good hustle there by Jair Blanco getting the second.
So Zach, you can zoom in a little.
and like I was saying before, the biggest game that Eric Rube thinks is this year is Moses Brown and LaSalle boys lacrosse. If I'm not mistaken, they're the 1 and 2.
That's fair.
And then the other part of the 3-2-1 media crew is in Wesley to recover Wesley East Greenwich lacrosse, which they are the 1 and 2 in D2. For our West Warwick fans, we're not fortunate to have enough to have a lacrosse team.
Not yet. It's coming. The sport is coming.
It's on the uprise for sure.
Luke Gallo fouls the first pitch off, first base box. Blanco at second after the seeing eye double. Good bid by both Randall and Kuto. Nobody down here in the West Warwick second. They lead it 2-0. 1-1. That, I believe, is LaBranch's fastball.
How fast did that come in?
60-something, maybe. Luke laced one. If you're the Wizards, you're up in the plate. Gallo is right now. The closer you are to Mr. LaBranch, the more successful you're going to be. Especially somebody like Luke Gallo, who's got such a quick swing, such quick wrists. Blanco off at second base. Here's the pitch. A little bit inside. LaBranch thought he had it. Oh, that's it. Well, that's got the gap again. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Gallo is going to go to second. He may have even more. He'll just stop right there. Now he's on his way. There'll be a play at third. No. Gallo safe. 3-0 Wizards.
Gallo
They need Luke Gallo to come out of a slump.
Gallo had a great standing ovation, being that it's senior night, being that there's a lot of people in the stands supporting him. I heard his dad screaming.
Yep. What an athletic career he's had. So Brown, the number 9 hitter in the order, steps up. It's a pop-up. It's going to be dropped. LaBranch called for it. Sheehan called for it, the third baseman. And it hit the cool green grass. No advance by Gallo. Error charge to the pitcher.
Do you think Sheehan's related to the Prout pitcher, Lily Sheehan, for the girls' softball team?
Wouldn't doubt it. Brown will be at second base in a minute. But he'll be checked out first by LaBranch.
For our 3-2-1 fans at home tuned in, LaSalle is up 4-3 for softball, and it's bottom of the fourth.
Brown standing up at second, stolen base.
It's the bottom of the fourth, but now it's a full count against Paletta. Trying to advance the runner on first, scoring position.
Prout brings its infield in. Brown sends it to left field. Right there is Richmond. Now the runner from third will score, and it's 4-0. So a sack fly off the bat of Joey Riviera sends Anthony Burt to the plate. So Brown remains the runner at second. And LaBranch's first pitch is strike one. Oh, that's racked to right field and deep. That's going to be good for extra bases.
Could you see that one, John?
Yeah, barely saw it. Burt to second. Here comes Burt to third. He's in with a stand-up triple. 5-0 West Warwick.
What a absolute performance from the seniors tonight. Oh, here we go. Little mound visit.
Boy, for somebody who's taken up left-handed hitting for maybe a year or so, that's pretty good. Spanked to one of the deeper parts of McCarthy Stadium. In the area before it just takes a straight turn to the foul line.
Didn't pull him. Little pep talk.
There is nobody warming up in the Prout bullpen. There's one out. And here comes Nick Andrechow if things don't get any worse. And they'll pull the infield up again. LaBranch's first pitch is a ball inside. Nick rounded out in the first inning. Curveball misses outside. Why would you pitch to a guy who's hitting .527 with 26 RBIs? You're inviting trouble.
And Prout still has a game to go. I'm assuming their senior night, which is going to be against the Pontiganset Chieftains at home. And that game's going to be played on Wednesday at 4:30.
Pontiganset is probably going to need a win to stay in playoff position. 2-1 to Andrechow. Again, I'm amazed that they are throwing to him. Nick takes strike two, just didn't like the yawner that crossed the plate.
Trying to see if that's their senior night. No, it isn't.
And the pitch falls low, 3-2.
The only senior night I see slated in the league the next couple of days is going to be South Kingstown and Coventry, and South Kingstown's having their senior night.
Payoff pitch, line to left field. It's going to be 6-0, and Nick Andrechow is going to have another couple of points added to his batting average. Actually, at 1 for 2, he probably drops to about 525 from 527. So an RBI triple by Gallo, an RBI sacrifice fly by Riviera, an RBI triple by Burt, and an RBI single by Andrechow, who's about to steal second. Sixth West Warwick hits. Nick is ready. LaBranch is ready. There goes Nick. There goes Delgado's throw. Pretty good one. Safe is the call. Again, with no base umpire, you've got to be awfully sure.
I don't even see anything. I was trying to look at the Cranston West, Cranston East game. They haven't.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of thumb pounding on that phone of yours.
I'm here to answer any questions that are needed, and you are here to comment about them.
Delgado gives it another bid and fails first base side.
Is the wind whipping up at McCarthy Stadium?
2 in the first, now 4 in the second. Still just 1 down. Strike is called, and that'll be it for Mason Hunt. So now with 2 down, here's Logan Fernandez. He smacked a double to the right center field gap in the first inning, and he takes strike 1 from LaBranch.
Looks like, let's see. Cranston West is up 11-0.
Ball snagged the shortstop, and a nice play by Kent to get him. Nice play by Jonathan Kent ends the second inning. But the Wizards come up with 4 runs on 4 hits. They strand 1 at second base. Through 2 here at Jack McCarthy Stadium. West Warwick 6, Prout nothing. Back at McCarthy Stadium, we go to the top of the third, and Colin Calder will lead it off for Prout. The Crusaders in a little bit of a hole now, down 6-0. And there is a little bit of activity in the bullpen. It's Cam Randall, who's currently playing center field.
He's just kind of stretching it, and then they have
They've got a backup catcher with the mask on. They've got somebody as the protector, as I guess we call it. But Randall's working on the resistance. Yeah, he'll be going in. Meanwhile, Mr. Calder steps in and looks at a strike. Strike 3 called. Lucas Sheehan comes to the plate, hitting .200. Boy, you take a look at what the scorebook looks like here. Prout's side is clean as a whistle. There's strike one. The one thing I did not do is count pitches. But he's got to be in the vicinity of about 20 right now, and that's about it. That's fouled off.
They have a baseball stats class at the high school. We should pull one of those kids.
We should.
Do that.
Didn't know that.
Mason Hunt's at 33.
Well, thank you. Now, where'd you get that from?
Game changer. That's where I get everything.
Shameless plug right there.
The camera's right in front of us.
So 2 down, it's Hunt's third. And Randall had to run in. Now they've got a righty warming up. And the 1-0.
You think it's possible, you know, if they get up late in the game, they'll throw in Cole Kildoff? Will MC pitch a couple innings?
Possible they can use him. They can use Hull. They can use a lot of people. They can bring Brown in if they'd like. Wizards can do just about anything they'd like to do. 2-1. But I think you're going to see several enter the game after another at bat by the starters. Well hit to center field. Rivera coming in to make the catch. That'll do it for the Crusaders in the third inning. 1 up, 2 up, 3 down. To the bottom of the third we go. 6-0 West Warwick. Back at McCarthy Stadium, and Cam Randall gets the call from Curtis Richall. Randall comes in with a record of 1-6 and an ERA of 7.38. This is his 10th appearance. He leads the team in strikeouts with 38. He's walked 26. Opponents are hitting .315 against Randall.
So it tells me that it's actually... So Randall's 22, right?
27.
It says that Seth Edwards is on the mound.
Okay. 27, 22. Mosquitoes in the window.
That's all right. I've done it too.
So Edwards comes in from first base.
And then it's still Randall out in center. And then first base is the freshman that was pitching, if I'm not mistaken, 23, right?
Yeah. So LeBranch moves over to first. It's nice to have somebody in the dugout doing the game changer thing. That one smacked to right field. But Kuto was there to make the catch for the first out.
It would be cool if, like, the league would kind of help out teams with getting game changer, especially some of the lower division teams. All the top division teams all have it.
You know what I want to see? I want to see every team in the league submit their stats in Max Preps.
That would help a lot.
They're not all doing it. Here's Jair Blanco There's ball one from the righty Edwards.
And again, just to rephrase for our 3-2-1 Wesley fans at home, LaSalle is up 6-3, and the end of the fifth just happened, the bottom of the fifth, and they scored 2 in the bottom of that fifth inning.
The 1-run toward third, it's going to be killed in foul territory. Jair doubled despite a good bid from Kuto in right field last inning. Everybody in the Wizard lineup has reached base with the exception of Hunt and Kilduff, who just batted for the second time. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. Mr. Edwards is a junior. Gets work here and there, but does not have a record. Curve ball. That would look good. Seth wanted it, didn't get it. Jair falls one back, and it'll stay 3-2.
Takes forever to update, doesn't it?
Payoff pitch, swung on and out toward right field. This could be difficult, and it finds a spot. And on to second base, without stopping, goes Jair Blanco. It's another hustle double for the Wizard shortstop.
A lot of miscommunications from the Prout defense.
You could chalk that up to just the fact that they're so young, still learning. I mean, I'll go through who's what over the course of the next few minutes. But we're going to get another chance to see Luke Gallo bash a baseball. Had a deep RBI triple his last trip. Offers at the first pitch, pops it up, and it'll be a foul ball. So Kent, who's playing shortstop, is a sophomore. Sheehan, who's in the lineup at third, is a junior. Kuto is a senior. Sprague, the second baseman, is a freshman. Richmond, the left fielder, is a freshman. Calder, who's the DH today, is a sophomore. We mentioned the fact a few times that LaBranch is a freshman. Go on to third base. Safely goes Blanco. Wizards 1, 2, 3. Third still the base. And they'll pull the infield in. This is questionable, highly questionable. Delgado brought that one in after it missed the plate. It's 2-1. At this juncture, you're just looking for an out. 6-0, 7-0. It doesn't make an awful lot of difference. Luke way up in the box from the left side. The 2-2 toward the first base coach's box. Six runs, 7 hits now for the Wizards. No runs, just 1 hit for Prout. That one's upstairs, ball 4. So now they will back the interior of the infield into double play depth as Brown comes to the plate. Hit a pop-up around the mound that was misplayed by the pitcher LaBranch, which led to that 4-run second inning. There goes Luke. Throw goes to third. Does not fake Blanco or Matt Grenier out. And on with a stolen base is Gallo, the 5th. Back comes the infield to draw themselves in. There's a strike.
Looking down, looking to my left, looking to my right, there's a big kind of senior night crowd.
Called off. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The offer is outside.
A lot of parents, a lot of smiling faces.
And a 1-2. Stroke deep to left field. Richmond is there. Hey, he won't get it. On comes one with the score. Here comes Gallo for the second. It's 8 bubble.
And we rotate back to the top of the order for what, the 4th time? 3rd time?
Yep. Take a look at my little score sheet here. Looks like a map of Providence. Coach Barris is here. Suntan, too, I might add. Somebody's been south. You don't build a good one like that in a day, I'll tell you. Maybe it's been warm, but... Joe Barris, former West Warwick High soccer coach. Back to the top of the order, Riviera blast. Center fielder goes on his horse, and this is going to be good for extra bases. Randall comes up with him at the fence, and on with the double is Joey Riviera. Nine nothing. I think they'd rather see a right-hander with some speed than a left-handed junk ball dealer, because they are teeing off on Mr. Edwards. It's strike 1 to Anthony Burt.
Don't see any movement on our right side in the Prout bullpen, so to say.
Pitch to Burt is outside. It's 1-1. Anthony has scored twice. He's walked and tripled. The pitch is cut on and missed. LaBranch started and gave up the first 6. There's 1 down here in the 3rd. The Wizards have scored 3 more and have a runner at second. Third base side, picked up by Sheehan. The throw to first is in time. And on to third base will go Riviera.
Mr. Anderchild has a great chance here to slate in another RBI.
You're kind of wishing that, aren't you?
Hopefully.
No idea what Mr. Santana is doing over at the stadium.
No idea.
And I'll tell you something, that field is made for Elon Santana, who's a left-handed power hitter, and there's such a short porch at the stadium and left. It's ball 1. Dick looks at ball 2. Again, I find it very quizzical that here's a guy hitting .525 or so, and you're throwing to him with a runner at third, although it really doesn't make a difference now. Nick trying to get all he can.
Cranston West is up 16-0 in the bottom of the 3rd.
16, did you say? I got to believe some of those are Elon Santana RBIs. Just putting it out there. Toward the opposite field, this one
There's one for Nick.
Be a base hit in front of the right fielder, Kuto. Andrew Chow, let's see, let's get the abacus out here. 2 today, 28, which would be 1 behind Santana if Elon has a miserable day, but I don't think that happened.
Nope. I think they still have another game to play, or is this it for them, for West and West Warwick?
I think West does have another game. They came in at 9 and 10.
I can't find a game changer. So, and Cranston East hasn't started theirs.
Pitch to Hunt is high. Mason Hunt batting for the third time out of the 4-hole in the third inning. Took a lusty swing at that one. Came up with air. It's 2-1. Andrew Chow's already stolen a base. He did that against the lefty. This time the righty's got his back turned in. Nick's not moving. The ball is high around the neck of Hunt.
Yeah, they have a game against Portsmouth because today's a non-league game. It's just the senior night.
And Portsmouth is having a rather terrible season themselves. The pitch cut out and missed.
So I'm curious, have they already played the All-Star game?
I believe so. I want to say last month. Three-two coming. Strike three is called. Mason goes down watching his second strikeout of the game. He's 0 for 3. And that'll do it for the Wizards in the third. However, they come up with 4 runs on 4 hits. They strand a runner. We go to the top of the fourth here at McCarthy. Wizards 10, Prout nothing. We meander through the top of the fourth here at Jack McCarthy Stadium. Mike Dennis alongside Eric White and the outstanding crew from Wizards TV. Who's?
We got Jordan Espino McCaffrey on the right field cam, and Zach Ferreira on left. Zach Ferreira on left. Both in my journalism media broadcasting class.
Something that they never had back when I was in school. No journalism. Had to kind of make my own journalism class because everything I wrote sports about.
Yep.
But I thank Pat Calabro, Connie McKenna,
Yep.
Charlie Delahanty, and Ed Alves for allowing me to write sports stuff.
That's great. Write what you're passionate about, and you can learn.
That's right. So it looks like Prout's making some wholesale changes. I'm so old, I didn't even have broadcast journalism at URI back then.
Well,
It was all print stuff.
we were editing on videotape when I was.
They had a really Prout had a good player last year, Matt Chofay.
Oh, they've had great players. They had one from the local area. Not Ethan Hattoy, I'm trying to think of his first name, but he was an exceptional player. But like I said, this team is going to take a licking today, but they are going to be better. You and I are going to do a Prout game at some point, Mike, and it's going to be another different look. So Kuto will lead it off. 0 for 1 as he bats for the second time in this one.
So I got a question, John. What do you think about the idea of a post-game interview?
Depends who you want to get. Well, I shouldn't say it depends on who you want to get. I'll interview anybody, but yeah, bring them on up.
I mean, who do you want? That's up to you. I'm just the.
Well, I think C gets senior day. Let's get a senior. A base hit for Kuto gets him at first base. The second hit. So I would say this day belongs to the seniors. So let's get one of the seniors up here.
Anyone, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I was thinking Luke Gallo.
Fine.
Nick is not behind the plate anymore. They put in Lucas.
Lucas Satola doing the catching. Probably not the only one. This one's straight away center field. As straight away as you can get it, and Joey Riviera is there to make the catch. So Edwards skies to center.
Oh, they swapped out a lot of. So Nathan Mansauer is at first. Luna is at second, and then Lucas Martin's at shortstop.
Stand by, I'll take those again. Grundy to shortstop. Fielded like here, Blanco. They go to second for 1 to get the lead runner. That's all they'll get.
It's not Blanco.
It's not Blanco. Okay, so what do you got for me?
So everything is the same.
So you said Mansour's at first base.
Martin's at shortstop, and then Luna's at second. And Lucas is behind the plate. Game Changer just still says it's Andrew Chow, but I don't see number 10. I see 7.
Strike 1 called to the batter, Kent.
Is that Lucas Satola, is it?
Yep.
I think Luna's a freshman.
Sure is.
James Luna.
And there's strike 3, so down goes Kent, down go the Crusaders in the 4th. They do get a hit, they also strand a runner. We are halfway through here at McCarthy Stadium. The Wizards lead at 10-0. Ryan Antonucci becomes the 3rd pitcher for Prout as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. And what could be the Wizards' last bat via the mercy rule. 10 runs on 10 hits. The Wizards have not committed an error. They have stranded just 2. The Crusaders, no runs on 2 hits. They have committed a, by the way, the Wizards have committed an error. There have been 2 Crusader errors. They have stranded 1, 2, 3, and that's all.
So I went down and asked that gentleman right there, who was sitting on the fence post right down there. I asked him to ask Grenier if we get Gallo. He'll say I'll let you know.
Is that Mr. Burt? It's Mr. Burt.
It is Mr. Burt.
Antonucci with a record of 0-2 and an ERA of 8.40 comes in. It's his 5th appearance. He's walked 11, struck out 4. Opponents are hitting .306 against him. And it's going to be Nathan Mansour leading it off West Ward, sophomore.
Morning show producer.
Cole Kilduff is on deck. Is he a morning show producer?
He is.
Like the kid already.
His mom, Jen Coletta, is a guidance counselor, longtime English teacher at the school.
Lights are on here at the MAC. That struck well toward left field. There's the 11th hit. So here's Kilduff.
He's actually
Really?
Cole 0 for 2, and with Hunt, the only Wizards who have not reached base. Lucas Martin is on deck. This could be difficult as it goes down the line of left field. And indeed, that'll be a base hit. Tough chance there for the third baseman, who I believe is still Lucas Sheehan. That's the other thing. Umpires and coaches have to get together with all the digital streaming and all the radio stuff and everything that's going on, NFHS during the playoffs. They've got to let us know who's subbing.
Yeah, it's still Sheehan and Kent on the left side of the infield.
All I'm saying is, I believe you. I want to hear it from them. It's done in college. You should do it here. And look, we're starting to get, finally, speed of pitches. That was the 71-mile-an-hour fastball from Antonucci. Martin, a freshman. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the 4th. And that one is struck left side. Virtually the same place. And that is going to drop in. And they'll get the man at third. Now this is where I part company from conventional wisdom. You got to rule that a base hit for Martin, and I'll tell you why. You can't say it's a fielder's choice because the fielder had no choice but to go to third base in order to get the out. So I am going to credit Lucas Martin with a base hit, regardless of what conventional wisdom says. So there.
Yeah.
Take that, Major League Baseball, who's been doing it that way for 100+ years. Still first and second.
And just to update you, Cranston West, Cranston East is still a 16-0 game for baseball.
Can we figure out what Mr. Santana has done in that game?
I'm trying my best.
Okay.
I'm sure it's a lot. Production.
Gallo, that same place. And look, that ball has been hit 3 times down the line. All with the same result. One resulting in a fielder's choice. The others have all been base hits.
And Wesley in the East Greenwich lacrosse game. Oh. They went into
His
2
snap throw,
OTs.
safe at first.
And East Greenwich beat Wesley Lacrosse 9-8 in 2 overtimes.
That must have been a terrific match.
Oh, definitely.
Ball in a strike to Luna.
Maybe you can ask Johnny Boots if he has the box score of that game, if he's there.
I would, but I got to believe that he's doing play-by-play, so, and he's doing it alone. So he's not going to have time to answer us. And I don't blame him. This well up high. Playoff time for West Warwick next week. Here's a strike. So a payoff pitch is coming. Luna came in to replace Brown, who was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He got him. So that'll do it for the Wizards in the 4th. But it's the last call, an early last call for the Crusaders. They trail at 10-0. It's the sophomore Jackson Hull who come in for West Warwick to try to send the Crusaders back on the bus and back down to South County.
Their air-conditioned and fancy bus.
It was quite the trip they took. I think even if I went to Prout and lived in West Warwick or Coventry, I want to ride the bus back and forth. Hull gets the nod for Rich Grenier. He is making his 9th appearance. He has no record with an ERA of 3.15. He's worked 13 plus innings, allowed 6 runs, all of them earned. He has struck out 6, walked 3. He's got a save, and opponents are hitting .231 against him. Now let's see what Prout pulls out of its hat here.
You say yes? Okay.
Sotola with an Andrew Chow-esque throw to second base to get us going. And it'll be Daxton Bernier, yet another freshman. Hull needs 3 outs. And there's one of them.
And just to verify with you, John, I got confirmation from Mr. Burt that they're allowing us to borrow Lou Gallo and interview him.
Okay. Appreciate that. So Cruz puts the batter Bernier away. And I think this is Richmond. Already throws. Max Richmond, another freshman. So they've emptied their bench. We have seen 5 of the 6 members of the 9th grade class for Prout. Run rule is in effect. It's 10-0 Wizards. The pitch by Hull is popped up and foul out of play.
There's a lot of cheering from the Prout away dugout.
The Crusaders are about to fall to 2-15. Hull is ready. That was chopped. And it's strike 3 into the mitt of Lucas Satola. Now I know how Will Fleming was feeling last night after the Red Sox game, or in the bottom of the ninth, the top of the ninth of the Red Sox game, when they just lingered to that last out until they scored a run. There's a foul ball.
Do we have any idea who this kid is? Don't see him on the roster.
Could very well be Jacoby McCall, who didn't have a number. We're going to make believe it is Jacoby McCall.
It is Jacoby McCall. Senior.
The 0-1 to him. Foul back.
Trying to understand why they're calling him Bobby. Is that a joke before my time?
I have no idea. Are they calling him Bobby or Jacoby? Anyway, here comes the 0-2 with 2 down. Here what could be the last pitch of the game, and there it is. No save for Hull, but he pitches effectively. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Your final score, the West Warwick Wizards, 10 runs on 13 hits, 1 error. They stand to leave an insequential
We'll be back.
4. Prout, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors. They don't strand many either. They got 1, 2, 3 left on base. Back with the statistics and whatever else Mike and I feel like talking about. Eric is here, and Luke Gallo joins us in just a couple of minutes. Stay tuned.
Hey, Luke. So great game today to end off senior night, and let's talk about some of the things coming to this game. Coming to this game, they're not a very good team. We thought this was going to be, a blowout win, close and close. For seeding, this is very important. You guys came in as the 3. North Smithfield beat North Providence, and you guys took back the 2. What does that mean going in, knowing you have 2 playoff games that are on the home ahead of you?
Coming in, we knew after yesterday, a tough loss against Pilgrim, we just knew we had to come in, do our job, have fun on senior night, and that's what we did.
So let's talk about the triple. It was a great hit. You got a standing ovation from the crowd. Your dad was screaming. I saw him stand up, get out of his chair, and he was just going. What's the energy kind of that you felt rounding the bases going to 3?
I watched it drop, and then I saw it go by him. I knew I had to get down to 3, and yeah, just barbecue chicken from there.
So what's the thoughts in the dugout going into playoffs? You guys play your first game on the 26th, so it's coming shortly. The playoff play-in games are this week, and you guys got to figure out who you're playing.
Yeah, I mean, the dugout, we just got to keep getting rowdy, cheer on our pitcher, cheer on our hitters, and I mean, we trust each other. We know what we got to do, and hopefully that'll get us the victory. Hopefully we get to that big game.
How much more comfortable are you in a baseball uniform now than a football uniform?
I'm a lot more comfortable in a football uniform still, but I'm pretty comfortable in a baseball uniform too. Yeah, definitely came a long way since freshman year.
You really have.
I love the diamond, for sure.
Tell me a little bit about the senior 4.
About what?
About the senior foursome. You, Anthony, the rest of them.
I mean, with Cole, Joey, and Ant, and me, of course. Yeah, we're a tight group of guys, the seniors. We know we're the leaders. We know that the younger kids look up to us, and that we need to do our best to keep everybody together. Especially even in a game like this, we know we still gotta stay together and stay composed and finish out the game.
I was blindsided when I saw your name on the roster earlier on when it was cold outside. What made you come back to baseball?
Honestly, I wasn't gonna come back to baseball. I was really thinking about, I don't know, because football next year and everything. I was thinking about just lifting them, but Coach Grenier, he's one of the best coaches that I've ever had the pleasure to be coached by, and he told me if I come out, I won't regret it. So I came out and definitely don't regret it.
What'd your dad think of it? I mean, we all know your dad, and how football oriented he is.
My dad was big into baseball too. Yeah, he wanted me to play. He's a big part of it.
Not half the player you were though. He wasn't half the player you were, and you could take that to the bank.
I appreciate that. You hear that, Dad?
And we just want to end off with a fun question. So obviously you got Springfield coming up. What's the plans over the summer? You gonna take a trip? You gonna enjoy the senior summer?
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy senior summer for sure. Probably head down to New Hampshire a few times, fish, golf with the boys, keep lifting, keep getting bigger, and see what Springfield has to offer.
Do you intentionally get your uniform as dirty as it is? I mean, that thing is filth.
Yeah, when I dive, I got cuts everywhere. I bleed every game, but that's what it is. Blood, sweat, and tears, man.
And look, it's orange and black blood, too. Luke, congratulations. Great season. We'll see you in the playoffs.
Thank you.
Luke Gallo with the West Warwick Wizards as they take off on the 10-0 win over Prout today at Jack McCarthy Stadium. So that does it for this gang. From Eric Wayne and his crew, WWHS-TV, from Mike Dennis and John Prunty saying so long. Your final once again, the Wizards 10, Prout 0.